My name's Sol Gilbert. I am a 48-year-old coach and owner of three big box facilities called Underground Gym. Also own a small group training facility that targets more wellness. So as I started getting close to 50, I realized that there's a bit of a gap in my training and what I needed from the gym space. So I set up this small group training facility that is slightly softer, but where focuses a lot more on wellness. So we have ice baths, sauna, compression therapy, still have all the strength element of what you normally find within the gym, but very much barbell, kettlebell, dumbbell focused. And that's really the main sort of USP from the place, is that we really focus on strength, because obviously as we get older, we start to lose muscle mass. So it's a kind of place where we can go to there and build safe muscle and just grow in a nice space, really.
Could you provide an overview of your career journey that ultimately led to you becoming the CEO of SGUT? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Sol Gilbert Ultimate Training Underground Gym. I guess, I suppose it started when I was probably 12, 13 years of age as an amateur boxer. Very, very, very quickly, realised that health and fitness was a big part of that game. When you're boxing as an amateur, you're out, you're doing your runs, you're doing your body weight workouts, etc. So moved through the amateur sort of process for about 6-7 years. Got to 20, turned professional as a fighter. And at that time, what was supporting me was coaching people. So I was working in various sort of big gyms, Holmes Place, David Lloyd, Dragons, and places like that, really. So just sort of like cut my teeth in those kind of spaces, but realized that I didn't want to be a fitness instructor. I like the personal training, kind of coaching element of it. And I guess, for me, then the two things were in alignment with each other. The boxing was something which I kind of outgrew. Then in 1999, transferred over to something called mixed martial arts, or so a lot of you guys would know as the UFC. Started working through that kind of process, and I was becoming a poster boy for the guys called Cage Rage, fighting at Wembley. And at that time, they just got a contract with Sky Sports. So suddenly, mine and all the guys that were fighting on that kind of on that platform, our sort of notoriety was was at an all-time high. Was getting good exposure, and that kind of propelled me really into opening my first facility in 2003, which was called ZT Fight School. And then what I wanted to create at that point was a facility that was very, very lateral in its way, in its deliverables. So we would have a boxing ring, we'd have a matted area, we'd have a strength area, we'd have a pull-up rig, we'd have treatment rooms upstairs. So it's a real place that I kind of looked at what America was doing. So this is back in 2003 when, before now, if you go to any sort of pure gym or any other kind of, big mainstream gym now, you'll see that there's a functional rig within it, there's boxing bags within it, there's these kind of things. Back then there wasn't. So I really wanted to go against the grain with what I was delivering. More for the reason that's how I like to train myself, and I had to train because I was fighting professionally, but also how I like to coach. So I kind of very quickly got known within my, with the area of Brighton and Hove as probably the go-to guy for combat training, conditioning training. And so that kind of propelled me into the world of celebrity training. So I worked with a number of celebrities on their TV shows, etc., and sort of built up my stock level through there. At the same sort of time, running a gym, owning a gym, building a gym, learning about, how you create a brand, and how you can potentially fail at building a brand. So there's been a big journey. Pleased to say that fast forward 30 years since I was actually a coach, and 21 years since I've owned my own bricks and mortar site, that, very successful in a sense. So we've got three big gyms, and obviously the fourth one, which we talked about in coach. But the other side of that is the lockdown side of things. In lockdown, everything shut down. So created SGUT, which was my personal training brand, but my own personal brand, and really went out to the local community doing free sessions, and just moved with the times of what lockdown would give me. So when we was in here, this is where this studio was born. It was like, this is where we started doing all the live training on Facebook, on Instagram, free training, just to keep everybody, switched on and moving through that sort of that time of lockdown. Then when we came out, I took it outside. So then that developed the other arm to the business, which is my boot camp business and my outdoor training. And then when we reopened again and we got to go back into the gym setting, I still retain that business model. And I still do it to this day. So a big part of what I offer is like a hybrid training approach, which is online coaching. So guys can turn up at 6:30 a.m. still, and I will do a live session, a follow me session. I do a lot of online coaching now. So taking somebody's lifestyle, review their lifestyle, then look at the gaps where we can fill and make a sustainable nutrition and training plan to support that. That's going to be fitting within their time schedule, because a lot of people now, obviously, time is the biggest issue that we have. My target audience tend to be between the ages of 40 and 60. So they're either busy with, tying up work or, family or what have you, or just commitments. And really, they don't want to be spending two hours in the gym or an hour going to the gym and then 2 hours in there like you do when you're necessarily younger. Time is very, very, very precious. So they're time poor, cash rich. So we kind of work on that sort of side of things and develop a lifestyle program based around that. So currently right now, owner of the 3 sites or 4 bricks and mortar sites, owner of the online coaching space and developing that, and that's growing daily, giving out loads of free content on the social media platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, all that kind of stuff. Very much love doing that. But I guess the underlying thing of all of this is that I still love coaching.
What challenges and problems have you faced as CEO of SGUT Gilbert Underground Training? And what advice would you maybe give to someone who is looking to enter that health and wellbeing industry?
For me, definitely is find your niche, find out who you are, what your target audience is, then double down on that initially. Stay true to who you are. Don't worry about what the people are doing in the outdoor space. I mean, obviously take advice. There is imposter syndrome. I still have it, to be fair. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. I'm not afraid to admit that. I think there's a lot of people doing a lot of great things in the industry, but I think that unless you align it with what your passion is and the direction in which you're going, you'll end up just becoming too confused with which way to go. So for me, definitely, from someone that I guess in some ways had a multiple skill set because of the ultimate of mixed martial arts, because obviously it's all encompassing like a mixture of disciplines, I could cherry pick a range of ways to train: boxing, Thai boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, MMA training, strength and conditioning, boxing, all these kind of things. So I could really open up my avenue with that. But I think for anybody that's looking to get into this space right now is definitely understand who your target audience are, who you're going for, and then obviously what you like to deliver, and stay true to that and just be that best version of yourself. And don't be afraid to say, if you don't know something, go away and study it and come back to them about it. Don't try and be that one person that knows everything, because it doesn't, you'll only get caught out.
What would you attribute as the main reason for your business's success?
Passion, for one. I think that speaks volumes. I think the fact that there's no real silver bullet, I'd say, apart from the fact that it's the one thing that I know, do you know what I mean? And it's the one thing that I've really doubled down on. So therefore, for me, every day that I get up is great, because I get to work out, I get to, my family get to train with me, my sons, they work with me, my daughter's now down the gym now at 12 and 13 years of age and doing their own little TikToks and everything else based around that. So for me, that's where I attribute the success, because, yes, of course, there's a financial element to that as well, which is great. But I think that people are happy to invest into somebody that A, they feel supported with, and B, knows what they're doing. And also delivers the results. So, for me, I have a very honest way of dealing with things and dealing with people. So I'm always looking to build people up, not tear them down. But I'm also a realist as well. So if somebody comes in with a mindset that they're going to be, they want to lose X amount of weight or achieve a certain goal within a certain time frame, if that's not realistic, then I'm going to tell them it's not realistic. And I think they kind of they respect that. So I think just knowing what you talked about there, that authenticity and about how passionate you are about what you deliver, I think that will speak volumes, because people will invest into you because they feel supported and they feel that you're that go-to person. So therefore, I think that's why I contribute a lot of success to the brand so far.
And obviously the reason you are here is that you won Personal Trainer of the Year from our Health and Wellbeing Awards for 2024. Since winning that award, how has that affected your business both internally and externally, would you say?
I say probably internally, it's great because it's nice to get an accolade like that. I think, when you've done 30 years of service in to feel that you get that kind of kudos, for better words. And I mean, I've fought for titles, I've fought for belts in the past and everything else, and they come and go. That's another point. I've got YouTube videos of me fighting, etc., and everything else. And I think you can always bring something back to that. But I think the fact that you win something like an award out of a certain amount of people, it's a nice feeling. So I say, personally, it's a nice feeling to be awarded such a thing. I think externally as well, to be quite honest with you, we're just now starting to get like a bit of a marketing plan together and how we're going to push this out from a PR point of view. We've had some press based around that. Haven't really pushed it out too far as of yet, but I mean, it's nice. It's on Instagram now. I've got that title next to it, so it gives me a little bit more, as we talked about earlier, a little bit more authenticity about who I am. So when people are looking at my Instagram, Soul Gilbert, and saying, "Oh, okay, he won that personal trainer of the year 2024. Oh, he must know his shit."
As an award winner, would you recommend Business Awards UK to other businesses?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think anybody that's out there maybe potentially sitting on the fence about should they actually take the time to do it or whatnot. I mean, at the end of the day, what have you got to lose? At the end of the day, it's either going to, if you do win it, it's going to be great. You can put it up, or you get a nice trophy you can put up on your wall when people come into your business or look online to your business now. You've got that kind of accolade there, which is great. There's some great people that have won the awards in the past as well. So you get to sit alongside those kind of people. So, I think about anybody out there that was probably, maybe contemplating something of such, if you are truly invested in your business and you feel passionate about what you do and you feel that your business is worthy of such, then definitely, go give it a go. There's as we say, there's no harm in trying, right?
So what is the next big step for yourself and Soul Gilbert Underground Training, would you say?
Definitely working more on the online space. At the moment we've got about 4,500 members through our bricks and mortar sites. But that's 4,500 members, which is great. But it's I can only reach a certain proportion of those people. I've spent a lot of time now developing a brand and a product which is 24/7 coach. So people have me as their coach on hand 24/7. With an app, with nutritional support, lifestyle reviews, daily check-ins with me, touch points, and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really big thing that I'm looking to do. So I'm looking to and it's scalable, which is great. So it gives me the ability to reach a wider audience, get my message out there to a wider audience too, and hopefully impact and help change people's lives, which is what I've been set out to do ever since day one.
Brilliant. No, I think like I said, that's going to be a huge undertaking as usual, but I think it's one that you seem that you are very much ready for. And again, I think that's going to go very well for yourself. So thank you so much for joining us today, Soul. If people want to find you, if they want to sign up for your services, they want to find you online, where can they find you?
Instagram, Soul Gilbert, SOLGILBERT. Twitter, Soul Gilbert. YouTube, if you go to SGUT/TV, there's free videos and everything else on there. Other than that, just hit me up on maybe my website, www.soulgilbert.com.
Brilliant. Well, make sure to link that in the description. Thank you again so much for joining us today, Soul.
Thank you, Trent. Really appreciate it.